Crowded House. You're listening to Dubai I103.8. Helen Farmer with you, loving all of your favourite foodie shows. More on that after past.
Get ready to fuss for school.
First, let's use our bubble toner.
Next up, our bubble moisturizer.
Very cutesy.
Very demure.
Oh yeah, I sparkled
I
this
decorated
one.
it.
No, I did.
Time for our fit check. So this is from Abercrombie, and then my pants are from Shein.
My outfit is from Abercrombie & Fitch, and Abercrombie & Fitch is so cute. My hair is not done, but it's from my mom. So. Peace out, bro.
Peace out, sis.
I mean, the conversation around, child labour and abuse is a completely separate one. We're talking today about, spending pressures. Those are the Gen Alpha twin influencers known as the Gaza crew, influencing other kids to follow their beauty and fashion leads. And they're not alone in their moves on your kids' spending power, increasingly seeing a huge economic impact. Go Henry's latest data shows that spending by children on food delivery rose 113% in a single year. We're seeing more spending on health and beauty, 201% jump. Add in phones and subscriptions, transport, social life, even things like tutoring. Parenting is very expensive. And it's certainly a bit of a soft launch into consumer culture. Carol Glynn is with us today from Conscious Finance Coaching to unpack why the tween and teen years can really hit hard financially. And of course, how we can be realistic about what we spend on and for our kids. And we're here as mums as well, Carol. And I just said to you over the weekend, we had a bit of a example of this. My daughter's 11th birthday. And like, many, it's like, granny's put 200 dirhams, in your account. So we went to the mall and she had 400 dirhams to spend and was very thoughtful about it. But she did look at a lip balm and went, I'd really like that. I went, okay, how much is it? She's like, it's 125 dirhams. And I was like, I'm 43 and I wouldn't spend 125 dirhams on a lip balm. And she's like, could you get it for me as part of my birthday? No. You've got your spending money. Do you want to spend your birthday money on that? And I could see her go slightly pale because mummy spending 125 dirhams is very different to her spending her own money. And it did get me thinking about understanding the value. She gets about 30 dirhams a week on pocket money. And when I reminded her that was basically a month's worth, it suddenly didn't seem so reasonable.
Yeah, that is the best way to teach them.
Shock.
They need real life experience. They need context. They need the responsibility of their own money. And that is teaching them the value. Oh, if I do this, I'll have nothing left. Or suddenly, because when it's mommy and daddy paying for it, it's like there's no context to it. There's no value to it.
Abstract.
It's abstract. That's the word I'm looking for. Honestly, like I said, people ask me to teach their kids. That is the best way to teach them. Give them an allowance. Tell them you need to pay for X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. I will pay for X, Y, and Z. Go do it.
Anonymous saying this is a tricky one. Our 14-year-old spends her allowance on beauty and it does seem to make her happy. So where's the harm? And I think that's a really interesting point. It's not about saying don't let your kids, go wild on the beauty products or demonizing skincare and things that, as you say, make them happy. It is them understanding that money is not infinite. Yeah. And two, if they're spending their own money, then knock yourself out on that. But it might mean that you can't afford to go to the cinema with your friends next week. Or if something unexpected comes up, you haven't got money in the pot.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly the conversation is because we can't tell them when it's their pocket money what they can and cannot spend on it. Within reason, of course. If it's harmful, that's different. Mm-hmm. But if it's fine, and then also just layering that with, that's amazing, you're spending it, making you really happy. Is there anything that you are, like that opportunity cost, that you're deciding to spend this and happy to forego that? So it's bringing that awareness to her that she's been intentional with it. And then, why not? I would just add in a little kind of conversation around maybe don't spend it all, save some too. So bringing in that like 20% savings piece and spend the rest how you like.
Towards something. As I said, that kind of tween teen is when what their friends think starts to become more important than what their parents think in terms of things like brands and having this and wearing that. I mean, I remember I remember when like Stanleys started to explode in popularity, and one of my daughter's friends was like, I have 5 Stanleys. And I was like, you have one mouth.
Yeah.
What is the point?
Yeah.
But it does become this rush to grow up, I think, in many ways,
Yeah.
especially with girls in that age group. It's this idea of, wanting to present older, act older. And my kind of priority right now
And fit in.
exactly, and get that approval.
Yeah.
Is about building self-esteem, so they hopefully don't care as much.
Yeah.
Be a shepherd, not a sheep.
Yeah.
And all of that, and letting them be. I don't mean to sound like a Luddite or overprotective, but keeping them as kids for as long as possible with their friendship groups who are just innocent and silly and about animals and crafting and fun.
Yeah. And exactly, so we're adults for long enough. We don't need to be rushing that. And that's fine for us to say because we know, but as kids, it's different. And I would say 2 things there. So it is about instilling, for that little girl who said, I've got 5 Stanleys, why is that so important to her? Like what value has materialism been put on her? Does that make her feel better than other people? That's what we need to look into. Mm-hmm. And also, actually, I have seen it firsthand with kids where they feel like in that example of your daughter, where she's now getting that experience, she's feeling confident with her money. It actually boosts their self-esteem. It's really interesting. They feel wiser. They feel grown up because they're making these adult decisions. And then they're actually quicker to go, well, I don't need 5 Stanleys. I'm happy with my 1. Rather than going, oh no, she has 5. I only have 1. There's something, no, I'm not good enough.
There's a message here from Dee saying there is a simple word, no. Parents are supposed to guide and help their children make choices. Allow their children to influence decisions based around money they've got no part in earning is madness. And I think that is a hard line to tread, this idea of not necessarily involving our children in our financial decisions. But I think it is important for them to understand that, as you said earlier, we've had this going out this month, we've got that going out next month. We are saving towards tickets to go on holiday, so we're not going to buy that today.
Yeah.
And that's not about scaring them or having a scarcity mindset or instilling this idea of we don't have enough money, but of them having an understanding that we go out to work.
That's the reality.
That's the reality.
And it's about how you deliver it. It's exactly that. Because you can have that same conversation around, no, you can't spend that. We don't have any money this month. And it panics them versus this month it's not going to happen because we're doing X, Y, and Z, but we can look at it next month or whatever that is for you. It's like it's not a problem, but this is the context and what you need to understand. Same message, 2 totally different deliveries.
If you've got any questions for Carol Glynn, do get in touch. If you want to send me the money emoji, I will send you her Instagram, which is full of great advice. And of course, you can contact her privately about coaching, about a very measured chat about getting your head out the sand or being proactive about saving, investing and more. Money to 4001. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Gen Alpha. And if people are feeling financially stretched and emotionally conflicted, practical steps you can to get a bit of a sense of control. Plus, we're going to save you some money. I've got 4 tickets for Taste of Dubai up for grabs after this.
Your ARN News.
The UAE and the UK are exploring ways